Last Saturday.
Okay, total
Like-
value of goods?
Nothing. Didn't
Nothing.
bring anything, no.
Any alcohol, tobacco?
Nope. Okay, we are now ready to go and about to leave Helena and head for Calgary. Hopefully this mic is finally working and I can get some decent audio into this video. So of course we'll see how that goes. I've reduced the gain substantially to -18. That's a lot. So I hope it's a solution. I'm going to add the wind muff just now as well, like this. I spent the night in Helena at the dated but comfortable Fairfield Inn. I had some Tex-Mex at this place called monolog. The food was so-so despite the 25-minute wait to get in. Too bland for my taste. My shoes had dried after being soaked the previous day's ride through Yellowstone. I used the hotel's air conditioner very effectively to dry them out. So finally heading back to Canada and Calgary to drop my bike off to the transportation company J&R Hall for onward shipment to Waterloo. After dropping my bike, I flew back to Toronto on a red-eye flight. A few words on my motorcycle. It has been my faithful companion through both rain and shine, enduring the scorching heat and biting cold, navigating through rugged mountains and endless plains. My 1250 GS has proven to be a perfect all-rounder, capable both on-road and off-road terrains, bringing immense joy to me as I guided it across the majestic Rocky Mountain range. This bike and I have shared countless unforgettable moments, and it has become more than just a machine. It's a trusted friend that I will always cherish. So now for a little bit of information about Helena. Helena, Montana was founded during the Montana Gold Rush in 1864 and grew rapidly as miners flocked to the area in search of fortune. The city's picturesque setting in the foothills of the Rockies offers a plethora of outdoor activities, from hiking and mountain biking in the summer to skiing and snowboarding in the winter. Helena's lively cultural scene includes art galleries, theaters, and a range of dining options that cater to Montana's diverse tastes, making it a delightful stop for travelers exploring the treasures of Montana. Montana holds a special place for me due to its abundant natural beauty. The state offers rugged and wild landscapes, while its cities are rich in history and culture, providing an awe-inspiring experience. I look forward to the opportunity to return to Montana in the very near future. After leaving the hotel, I headed north along Highway 287. As soon as you leave the city limits, you are surrounded by wide open fields that gradually transform into rolling hills. Eventually, you enter a narrow gorge offering stunning landscapes. This was probably the best part of the day's ride. The rest of the journey took me through the prairies of Montana and Alberta, which, although still beautiful, did not quite match the breathtaking views of the gorge. The next bit of audio is actual original audio recording which I had done directly into the microphone versus via Bluetooth, which I had mistakenly done for the earlier part of the trip. Heading out of Helena right now, towards Calgary. Plan is to get there as soon as possible, so I can drop my bike off at JNR Hall, which is the transportation company at their warehouse, and they can then, of course, ship it for me to Toronto, to my house, right? So that's the plan. As far as the trip itself goes, Yellowstone 2022 has been amazing. It's been a wonderful experience. I think it's better than I was hoping. I'll just stop for a second to adjust a few things. I need to get out my charger for my phone. Yeah. So anyway, I was just saying that the trip has been amazing. It's been better than expected. I was hoping that it would go smoothly. It did go smoothly. There were a few hiccups along the way, but nothing major or concerning. And it's been amazing. The best parts, I would say, number one was, of course, the Beartooth Pass. In my view, was stunning and worth every minute of it. And the second best, I think, thing was, number two was Yellowstone itself, the Yellowstone Park, different parts of it, Old Faithful, Grand Prismatic, all of that stuff was awesome. Highly recommend it. I'm just going to get going now. Clear traffic. Yep. And that was the best part of it, of the Yellowstone, was just the road, the elevation changes. There was a sense of danger at one point when I was coming back, because it was really coming down the rain. And I remember at one point the temperature was like 1 degree and it was close to freezing, and it was raining, so I was really afraid I might fall, so I had to take it extra careful. This was on the way back, so this was yesterday. And then ever since, it's been it's been good so far, like no rain right now. But going back, it was a very interesting trip. I met some great people, met some seniors, met young people, met people my age, a little older than me. Like I met this old couple in just before Glacier National Park, and they told me about the forest fires in Idaho because I didn't know about them. And that's why it occurred to me that, okay, maybe that's why it's so hazy, because up until that point I thought, I don't even know why it's so hazy. And then I realized it was forest fires, and then as I went into Glacier, I smelled the smoke as well from the fires. That was a bummer of an experience. Glacier National Park for me was a bit of a disappointment. You pay $30 to get in, and it's a short ride, maybe an hour maximum. It was so busy, it was packed with people. I was really disappointed with the ride overall. It's called Going to the Sun Road, and it's, I think, highly overrated. I would not recommend doing it because there's just so many people there. You will not enjoy it. I was in first and second gear for most of the ride, so not an enjoyable experience. But then after that, I went to Beartooth Pass, and whoa, what an experience! What a ride! The ride starts at Red Lodge, and then you climb till you get to the top of Beartooth Pass, which is about 11,000 feet high, just shy of 11,000. And then from there you find your way down. You could have two options to go. One, you can go straight into Yellowstone, I think West Yellowstone, or the other option is to go southeast towards Cody. So I went that direction over the Chief Joseph, using the Chief Joseph Highway down to Cody. Cody was a quaint little town. It's called it's the gateway to the eastern entrance of Yellowstone. So spent the night in Cody at a strange place called the Cowboy Village Inn. It wasn't so bad. It had these chalets, decent accommodation,
the breakfast was awful, like really bad. Tell you about that later. And then from there I kind of like went into Yellowstone eastern entrance. I drove around, made it to the big Yellowstone lake. From there I went to visit the Prismatic Springs. It's quite an awesome site. If you've not been there, it's highly recommended to go there and to do that trip. From there I kind of headed south, then towards Jackson, Wyoming. Spent the night at Elk Refuge Inn. It was a really cool place, really nice place, the Elk Refuge Inn. Spent the night over there. Amazing views of the refuge itself, which is meant to protect the elk population over there. I had dinner at a great pizza place in Jackson, and then from there I went to spent the night. The next day drove straight up to get to Helena, and Helena of course was yesterday, and today I'm headed back towards Calgary. I did forget to mention Revelstoke, which was Revelstoke and the Highwood Pass. I did go. My first day was in Revelstoke. Spent the night in Revelstoke. Next day drove over the Highwood Pass, which was again a beautiful ride. Across the border in the US at Chief Mountain, and then down to Glacier National Park. So that was kind of like the first part that I skipped. But yeah, that was the trip for me, and what an experience, what a ride. Highly recommend it if you're a motorcyclist to try it out, do it. You gotta do it once in your life if you're a motorcyclist. Head out, even if it's on your own. If you don't want to go with friends, don't do it. Like I went solo, and trust me, it's what an experience it is. You're on your own, left to your own thoughts, listening to music, listening to podcasts, or just listening to nothing. Just breathing in the fresh air, like all around me you can see right now, and just that wonderful experience. It's amazing. Met some really nice people. Like met an old couple, a lot of old couples and families, and they always said stay safe. Everyone was loving the bike. They just came around it and said what a beautiful motorcycle you have, knock on wood. And they went around it. They're admiring, oh, you have everything you need and you don't need to do anything else. They loved it, and they were curious about it. They asked about the specs of the engine, what I do in the rain, what happens if this happens, what if that happens. So yeah, lots of inquisitive people, and they were all shocked to know that I came from Ontario in Canada. For them that was like, oh, you drove so far. I'm like, no, I did not drive so far. I kind of like shipped my motorcycle to Calgary, and then from there I rode south. They goes, oh, okay, then that makes sense. Met these bros a little older than me, I guess, maybe in their mid-50s, and they were like two guys. They drove from, I think, California or somewhere all the way up here, all the way up to Montana, and they were telling me about their trips they had done before in the Pyrenees and different parts. And everyone has an opinion about different things, and they were saying that you're very brave, that you're doing it alone. And I'm like, yeah, it's if you don't find someone to do it with, you'll do it alone, right? So, and they go, yeah, for sure. That you can. It's wonderful, and this and that. And then of course who else did I meet? Met. I told you about the seniors. Yeah, and then just in general, like lots of inquisitive people, telling me about different things, and some of them stopped and asked me, hey, do you want me to take your picture? I'm like, yeah, sure, of course, please take my picture, because I have to set up the whole selfie stick and all that stuff to take my own picture. So they were very gracious. People were very kind. I was shocked how nice people are actually when you're on your own. On a motorcycle especially, people admire what you're doing, and they look at you and they are like put themselves in your shoes, and they're like, wow, I would love to do that, right? So or people are just questions, they're just curious about what it takes, how it's organized, what you do. And when you're on a motorcycle, you're out in the open, you're exposed, you don't have a windshield behind you or doors to enclose you, so people naturally come up to you, and people are nice generally. And in the US, this part of the US, you hear all about in the news about the politics and the radical left and the radical right. You know, you don't hear any of that when you're here. People are minding their own business. Nobody was watching the debate. I was out in a restaurant on the night of the debate, and people are watching football. So, people don't care. It's like, people have their own lives to live. It's just one part of it. Like I said, their own levels in private. With family members, they probably over TV, they probably chat about these things, but not in public, man. It's not so bad. And then, it's been great, man. I have no complaints. It's just wonderful. I had some great food. There was this Mexican place. Food was okay. In Banff, had the best coffee in Canmore, actually. At a very nice place I've been to several times. And after that, the coffee was awful. Just terrible. And the one I wanted to come back to was the one I had in Cody at the Cowboy place, the Cowboy Inn, right? So that was like the worst coffee I ever had, and I took a sip and I wanted to spit it out, but I was too polite for that. But yeah, it was just the worst coffee I've ever tasted in my life. Look at this road. It's super cool. Like, it's just narrowed over here. There is this going through this gorge, and these rocks around me. This road has been cut through the mountain. Clearly, a very impressive road, and yeah, beautiful ride. This is Montana, the best of Montana. Little Prickly Pear Creek. That's where I was just now. So so now I'm just headed towards Calgary. It's gonna be 5:41. It's showing. Oh no, 5:41. 1:52 p.m. by the time I get there. So I would say that make that 3 p.m. just given stoppages and refueling and all that stuff. Will be about, I would say, 3 o'clock, which gives me plenty of time because the guy told me he'll be there till 6:30, so that's plenty of time to pack stuff up and get the bike on the skid. Hopefully there'll be somebody there to help me out, figure out the helmet and my suit, because I'm going to put that in a cardboard box, and I hope they have one. So when I get to the border, I'll call them up and ask them if they kept my cardboard box, which I brought with me. So yeah, so I need to figure that out, but this should give me enough time, more than enough time to get there, and do everything. And then of course my flight will leave at 12:45 in the morning tomorrow, which is early morning, and I get to Toronto at Pearson's at about I think it's 6 a.m. ish, and then pick up my car from Park and Fly valet, and then just head home and get there by about 8 o'clock. It's going to be a red-eye flight overnight, but yeah, I should be fine, hopefully. Maybe I can get some sleep on the plane. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So it's been a great trip, and for those who've signed in, thank you for accompanying me and been following me. Thank you for accompanying me on my trip. Look forward to figuring out all my mic issues and everything else for the next trip that I plan. We shall see where that is, but it's probably going to be next year. Till then, it's over and out, and goodbye. See you soon. Finally made it to the Canadian border over here. Just waiting for my turn to get in. I have my passport ready. So it's another 3 hours, I think, to get to JNR Hall in Calgary, which is a transportation company. So yeah.
more to do.
How long have you been gone for?
Last Saturday.
Okay, total value of goods?
Nothing. Didn't
Nothing.
bring anything, no.
Any alcohol, tobacco?
Nope.
Any bike repairs, modifications?
Nope.
Firearms, weapons?
Nope.
Alright, have a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is my bike packed with gear at the transport company's warehouse. I took an Uber to rent a car and head to the Elbow River Valley for more mountain adventures, stopping for a quick bite along the way. Oh man, I just can't get enough of those mountains. I mean, they're just so beautiful. So if you have enjoyed this video and all the other videos that have posted in season 1, please hit the like and more importantly subscribe button. If you have thoughts or ideas or suggestions, please mention them in the comment section and I will get back to you as soon as possible. I look forward to seeing you all in season 2. There's more to come on the destination and my plans, but I will assure you it will be even more thrilling and even better than season 1, and the audio will definitely not be an issue. Thanks for watching.